Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a cell phone here. This one is a Huawei Y9 Prime 2009 model, and the client brought it in, and the problem is that they dropped the phone obviously and they broke the screen, so they put a protective on it, but it's still kind of broken. It still works. I can see the touch a little bit. It's not reflecting on the screen, but there you can see the text. So what I'm gonna do, we have ordered a new one in. So we have the LCD displacement right here. I'll leave the link in a video description for the link for this display you can purchase. And I'm gonna take you on step by step how to do this. You can follow this and do it at home. It's really easy, not too hard. All you need a little bit of time and a few tools that you're gonna be needing. I'm gonna run over the tools that we're gonna be using, and all the tools that I use is in a video description. You can check out and get it yourself. All right, lastly, first you need your display replacement. Second, you will need a working shop towel to work on it. Because there's gonna be glass all over the place, so you don't want those scratching in the table or anything like that. So you're gonna be working on top of the towel. Next, you need a T8000 clear transparent glue. These are especially made for screens, for tablets. They're really strong. They're adhesive, and you can place it on, and it's not like a super glue or anything like that. You can still remove it in the future if you need to. You need one of these. This is a big one. You can get the smaller version. You will need an alcohol, isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol, 95% plus. You will need elastics, few elastic, strong ones. And if you can get clippers, these are good. These are like a super flat clippers, and they're very nice. Optional, but it's good to have. For the opening tool, I'll suggest you grab as many guitar picks you can. The metallic guitar picks are really suitable to opening covers and cell phones. You will need a hair dryer, or if you want, you can get a hot station gun. This is a hot station gun. This one is the model is a 868D rework station, or if you don't have this one, you can do it completely with a hair dryer. So that's an optional if you want to get it. And that's it pretty much. And you will need a cutter, some sort of razor blade to clean up the adhesive around it. You will need a opening tool, prying tool, and the most important one is a screwdriver set. For the screwdriver set, I'll be using an UFIXTEK screwdriver set. They have all the bits you need for any cell phones or any electronic that you want to open. So keep that inside. All right, with all this set, so let's get it started. You might need a tweezers, but might come handy a curved tweezers. All right. Now first we're gonna power off the cell phone, completely power it off. So hold on the power button and turn it off. And if the screen is completely broken, so don't worry about even turning it off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna heat it up with a hair dryer. The back cover, the black cover is kind of plasticky type. It's not glass. So we're gonna heat it up about on 80 Celsius. Just make sure it's warm to touch. You don't want to burn it or anything like that. You just want to heat it up slowly. I'll put it on 80 Celsius, and I'm just gonna make sure it's warm. There you go. And I'm just gonna go around it, just on the edges. Now we're gonna grab the opening tool, and we're gonna stick it right between the cover and the case. Just shove it right in there somehow, manage it, and there we go. Once you put it in there, now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna roll it gently and I'll place one in there, and I'm gonna roll the second one beside it, and we're just gonna slide it. And when you see it's really hard to slide, then stay there and start heating it up again a little bit as you go. So pretty much I'm heating it up, and I'm gonna pull it, heat it up, and pull it, so that way I don't bend the cover, and I just heat up the adhesive. Look, I can even pull the adhesive out of there. If you can get the adhesive, it makes life easier. You just pull on the adhesive. So it makes it even easier. But if you can't, don't worry, just keep continuing by peeling it off. On the cameras, you don't want to heat up too much, so just do a quickly pass on them. Make sure you do not go over 80-90 Celsius, warm to touch. There we go, almost done. I see the little bit of adhesive in here. I'm just gonna peel it off. And we almost have one corner to go. Now when you open it up, make sure you open it to the, like a book to one side. There's a flex cable here. You don't want to damage this flex cable. Now that we removed it, you can go ahead and start peeling up this adhesive on the back side, on the back cover, because we're gonna glue it. We're not gonna use this old adhesive. Otherwise, if you leave it on the sun a little bit, it's just gonna come off. Again, you can heat it up and peel it off easier. But now we're gonna grab a screwdriver set. We're gonna go ahead and remove this top cover. It's a Phillips 00. Grab a Phillips 00 and go ahead and remove all the screws on this cover. I'll put a little magnet beside my screw. There's a screw with a white label on it, so that's the warranty screw. So I'm gonna go ahead quickly remove all the screws. All the screws are the same size and height, so don't worry about mismatching them. So remove the screws. Once the screws are removed, we're gonna grab this cover. There's a tiny hinge right in the middle here, so you want to lift it from this side upward. So you can use a tweezers if you wish. Just put it right underneath here and lift it up. And once you release that hook, just lift up and bring it out. Now what we're gonna do, you don't want to use a metal to remove the battery cover. Use a plastic hook to just put it under the plastic and just pretty much lifting it up. So bend it over so you don't make a cord shorter. Now for the touchpad here, finger sensor, just remove the sensor, just put in your finger underneath. It's just a push on clips. Remove that. Next, we're gonna remove the battery. To remove the battery, let's put this one to one side. And again, this one I'm gonna heat it up slowly, and I'm gonna remove the chunks of the adhesive in here. Where they just filled over, just remove them. So when you want to put the cover back on, it just doesn't pop like open. So it sits really nice and flat on top. Alright, so to remove the battery, there's this clips right here. It says 1, 2, 3. So pretty much you want to peel them open. Like that. Now you want to pull on this ones real hard and lift it up. They will become really painful. Sometimes you want to lift it up, and there we go. So that way the battery will come released from here. Now, I'm just gonna detach it from here. The adhesive is not needed for the battery, so it's completely optional. So I'm gonna leave it this side because I'm not gonna touch this ribbon cable. We're gonna remove this flex cable right here. So Just peel it off from here toward the right side. Just halfway through like that. Now we're going to remove this LCD flex cable. Just peel it off, pull it out. Alright, that's the same flex cable right here. Now with all those things removed, we're going to remove the camera. We're going to remove 3 cameras here. So remove 3 of them. So hook underneath, camera comes out. Hook underneath, and the camera comes out. And remove the other camera. There we go. Once we remove the cameras, now we're gonna heat up the LCD and we're gonna remove the LCD. Just remember the LCD, you have to clean up the whole place. It's gonna depends how badly yours is damaged. So we're gonna spill some glass on top. I wanna spill it right on the towel so we can work better this way. Alright, same thing now. We're gonna heat it up. We're gonna heat up a little bit more here, 100 degrees. And we're gonna start using a opening tool, and we're just gonna stick it right underneath between the covers, and we're gonna peel it off. You can go ahead and remove the SIM card reader if you want, and remove all those memory, everything you have in there. This one has a push-up camera, so alright, let's go ahead and heat it up and see what we can do. Sometimes it's hard to find a way to get in between the glass, but once you get it there, it's between the LCD and the black cover right there. You don't go after the second black cover, you go before the black cover and the LCD. I'll suggest you guys put safety glasses on, so because of the tiny glasses can just go to fall off. So we're just gonna run it like this. You're gonna leave one in there. Now we're gonna heat it up and we're gonna run the second one the same way we did with the back cover. See right now, this is where it was really bad, so I'm just gonna stop right here. And you can see if I open it up, I didn't grab the LCD. LCD is a little more further down there, so I'm gonna push it right there. And there we go. And there we have the LCD display removed. So I'm just gonna, this one is broken, so just peel it off gently. Remove the other side. Let's heat it up a little bit on this side. And there we go. And we're gonna remove everything. Remove all the chunks of all the screen, everything that you had in here on the bottom. And this is where cutter comes handy. Just remove, heat it up a little bit and remove all this glass, everything that is in there. And we want to smooth edges. So I'm just gonna fast forward this part, cleaning it up. You can use a spatula to do this too, a flat one. Just run it all around. Make sure the mesh right here, the speaker mesh is in here. If your speaker mesh came out and it was on the top side in here, you have to remove it slowly and place it in here. You need that dust mesh right there. So I'm just gonna grab this one and put it in the bag. And I'm gonna clean up my whole set here. Now we are gonna start installing the LCD. So grab your new LCD, remove everything that it comes on it, and first run it through here, bring it over and present it, make sure it sits nicely in place. It's not off guard and it's not popping open or anything like that. It's nice and flat on the edges, everything. There's no adhesive or anything like that. Okay. Once you got it good to go there, we still have to glue it back on. You can test it out by connecting the connector right here and plug in the battery and power it on to see if it works. Or you can just trust your instinct and just plug it in here and power on. Finish everything. I'm just gonna plug it in here. Just smack it right on top. Grab the battery and connect the battery on the side way here. Okay, connect the battery and we can power it on to see if it works. And there we go, it's powered on. So we're gonna check the sensors, everything. When the touch is working fine, and then we can turn it off and glue it back. Punch it in place. Once you got the cameras in place, now we're gonna prep this one with our glue. So we're gonna grab the glue. This is very important with this glue. Once you put it on, it's like the shoe glue. I don't know if you guys have used it. You have to wait 1 minute before you put the screen on, so for the glue to start getting ready. So make sure you remove the old adhesives. It do become really annoying when you find it. So we're gonna put the glue on the edges. Go ahead and run it. Tiny line. Now that we put the glue on the top side, we're gonna wait 1 minute. Wait 1 or 2 minutes before you put the screen back on. Well, now that 1 minute passed, we're gonna grab this screen. We're gonna bring it. Make sure the cable goes through here. Bring the screen on top. Align one corner and then press it down. If a little bit of the glue comes out from the side, don't worry. This glue is an adhesive glue. You can remove it, and by time it goes by, it's just gonna fall off. So you can, with your nail, you can just clean it up afterwards once it's dry. But for now, just don't worry about that. Just want to make sure it's nicely inside the frame. Once you have it in the frame, you want to put it on a flat surface. Make sure it's super flat and push the corners a little bit. The frame, make sure it's in place. Run the cable right here. Bring it to the connector. First connect it. Press it down and then run the cable. Bring it all the way from the bottom towards the up. And it has to make a nice 90-degree bend right there. Once you got the bend in there, bring this plastic adhesive on top here and place it right on top of it. Grab the battery, put the battery in the corner, move away all these things, bring it over, tape it down, put the cover, run the cable right on the corner on the side, bring it over. Make sure this cable, it is on the tray right there, beside it. Bring the battery connector, align it and press it right on top. Make sure all the contacts is in place. Now that we got all the contacts in there nicely set, double check, make sure you didn't forget anything. Grab the cover on the top, align the top side here first, and bring it down and push the middle one so it snaps in place. And now we're going to put all the tiny screws on top with a Phillips 00. Now you can power it on to double check, make sure everything is working, all the connectors is plugged in, and the screen is working, the touch is working, before we glue back the top side. It is really recommended you guys to do that. And meanwhile it's powering up, you can go ahead and remove and clean up this old adhesive, all the garbage is in there. Just peel it off nicely, make sure it's nice and super smooth. I'm gonna take my time and just go ahead and peel off this old adhesive on the corners. You can use a toothbrush to clean it off, to look at all this dirt that I removed. Use an old toothbrush to remove everything else. Make sure it's nice and clean, there's no dust or dead skin or anything in there. Alright, let's double check everything. If you have cleaned up your back plate here, and make sure there's no chunk of adhesive. I have a chunk of adhesive right on the top here. So we're going to remove this chunk right there. I'm going to heat it up a little bit. I forgot, this touchpad has to go underneath. So before you put the top back plate, you have to put this one back on. So I'm just going to quickly unscrew it and snap this connector right underneath. So grab the connector on the side for the touchpad and bring it over and snap it in place, and now put the cover back on. Alright, now we're gonna apply the glue on the edge of the case on the cell phone right here on the back. So go right on the cover on the edge. Make sure you go really close to the edges, right in the gap. Once you put the glue on the top side, now all we need to do is to bring the cover straight over and place it down. Make sure it nicely goes in the corner, press the corner sides, everything like that. And last thing would be to just grab a few rubbers, and we're just gonna rubber it up on top and to keep it in place firmly. Do on the bottom side a little bit higher, and that should be all. Leave it there for 2 or 3 hours for the glue to dry up nicely. So, and that should be all. And this is how you replace your LCD display screen for your Huawei or Y9 Prime 2019 model. If you guys have any question or requests, leave them in a video comment and I'll try to answer them as always. Again, thanks for watching, guys. If this video helped you guys out, you know what to do. Click that like button. I really appreciate it. Think about subscribing if you want to support the channel. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.